What's up YouTube? John, JDS Outdoors. Welcome back to the channel. I figured it's been a little bit. I'll do a little update on little jet boat and what I've been doing and what's happened since then. For starters, I'm going to show another little video clip. Pay close attention to the front of the boat, and then when I cut back in about 2 minutes, I'll explain. So I don't know if you saw it or not, but there was an excessive amount of water splashing up the front of the boat. And I'll turn the camera around and explain why that was happening, what I've done to fix it, and what's happened so far since the last video. So for starters, it may not look like much has happened since I finally posted it on the water, but I've been doing a ton of testing and a ton of tuning to this boat to get it to perform really well. As you can see, the boat still isn't done. We still don't have the wrap on it. And I'm actually getting ready to do a camping trip here in the next week or so in this boat. And I don't want to wrap it until after my camping trip is done because we're going to go into some pretty sketchy areas. So, the splashing that was happening off the front of the boat. What that was is, let's go to the back here and show you. So this pump, whether it be the intake mounted slightly downwards or the transom mounted not 100% straight, I'm not sure, or just the way this hull is designed, it was pointing the jet too far down. So what I did to fix that is I added this wedge, a 3-degree wedge right here in the pump. And that raised the back of the pump up a little bit to get the bow of the boat back up. It's just a tuning process that has to be done whenever you put a new pump in a boat or in a new hull to get it to perform properly. Since I've done that, it's been flawless. It's great. I also went ahead and put a new wear ring and a new impeller in. The impeller was fine, but the wear ring was pretty well toast, and I'm 90% sure it was the factory impeller and wear ring on this boat. It's never been replaced. I mean, not boat, but the jet ski. It was the stock one that came with. So now the pump has been completely tuned and rebuilt. and it's great. It's a heck of a lot of fun. As you saw, also hit a couple jumps, went over some trees. Let's take a look at the bottom of the boat, and you can see how well that plastic is holding up. It's got a couple scuffs and a couple scrapes, but it's holding up flawlessly. It's awesome. So we got the seats in, the dash is in, but it's not finished yet. This centerpiece isn't installed all the way. I have to make a slot in it and make a mechanism for the reverse. I haven't done that yet, but it's been a heck of a lot of fun so far. I've put about 5 hours of runtime on here since I've got it to this point, and I'm like a kid on Christmas, man. It's fun. So the back hatch. The back hatch has been installed. I have twin 70-pound lift struts, so it's 140 pounds of lift, even though this hatch doesn't weigh anywhere near that. The reason I put those on is because of where the angle or the hinge point is. So it's got to put a lot of pressure on there to hold this hatch up. And inside. So initially, on the first run, after putting all the fluids and all the stuff in it, there was a little bit of an airlock in the water line. So it wasn't circulating antifreeze through all the way. Therefore, you can only run for about 5 minutes before the overheat alarm tripped. But that was an easy fix. I just went ahead and bled the system. I actually vacuumed it out and then heat treated it, or not heat treated, I'm having a brain fart. Heat soaked it. When you leave the radiator cap off over there and you get it up to temp. Now there's no airlock and there's absolutely no overheating at all. This 30-plate cooler is working fantastic. If you remember in the earlier videos, this is the water out of the engine, comes into the cooler and comes out here, and there's a significant difference in temperature in that, and it works awesome. It's been performing great. So what's left? What's left to do is we have to install the switches. So there's going to be a couple switches. I haven't decided exactly where they're going to go yet. One of which is going to control the bilge pump. So we got a bilge pump installed down there. It's hooked up to an auto float. Let's see if I can get... So you heard that. Auto float works, and there's also going to be a switch to control that as well. And the bilge blower right here also needs a switch hooked up, because right now it's just kind of rednecked in here, and you got to clip that to the other battery just to get it to work. So add a couple switches, and then it's got to get wrapped. We got to wrap it, but once it's wrapped, I really don't want to abuse it too much. I'm not really abusing it to begin with, but I want it to stay pretty, because it is then going to get sold, so we can build the next one. So the next one I want to build is going to be a little different. And the next video on this boat getting completed is also going to be a little different. I don't know exactly when it's going to happen. And the reason I say that is because I'm getting a new shop. I don't know exactly when it's going to be, but we're in the process of cleaning this place out, putting it up on the market, and going to get a new shop. I need more space so I can build cooler stuff and bring better content to this channel. Yeah, so that's pretty much what's been going on and why it's been taking so long to get this little guy here finished the rest of the way. But no worries, I will have a final video. I wanted this one to be the last one, but that just stuff doesn't always go the way you want it to go. But anyways, enjoy the outro stuff. It's a little bit more of what I've been doing with it, running, having all kinds of fun. So next weekend, or next 2 weekend, I don't know. Coming up here in a week or so, I'm going camping, and I'm gonna go play and shoot some more video of that, and then we'll get that bad boy wrapped and looking perfect. So as always, thanks for watching JDS Outdoors. I know this wasn't exactly showing too much, but at least you get to see what it can do, because every time I take it out, it impresses me. So hopefully it impresses you too. See you later, YouTube.